everyone, welcome back to Canadian Finance Journey. Today's an exciting video because it is the Motivational Hop. This is hosted by Donna, powered by creativity, and she has all these amazing freebies. She has a calendar, so I'm just going to go over this week's calendar. On the 19th of May, we have the Queen's Budget. 21st, Budget with Mama Bear. On the 23rd, which is Friday, which is myself. And on the 24th, Saturday, Budget with Kim. Everybody on this Motivational Hop has something really incredible to share. On Donna Powered by Creativity's website, so donnapoweredbycreativity.com, she has this document that has a few different pages with some questions, and then we just discuss it just to kind of help us keep each other accountable, keep us positive into this journey that we are on. We talk about mindset, motivation, and mindfulness, and it's to keep a positive experience throughout it all. Try to keep a positive mindset. So it says, May is all about mindset, motivation, and mindfulness. Thank you for joining me in all these amazing channels this month of May. Our collective goal is to get us all through this into the zone of positivity. Hugs, Donna, powered by creativity. So mindset is the first portion of this video. The meaning of mindset refers to an individual's belief and attitude to events, people, and circumstances in their life. Mindset factors into personality by having power of thoughts, feelings, behaviors of an individual. So our first question here is, how do you set your mindset for success? For me personally, I visualize. So I use a vision board. I have mostly on my vision board, which is on top of me right here, I have different things. I have my financial goals that keep me in line to what we are trying to accomplish this year. I do have in here my month ahead snowball, which is also something I'm trying to get to. I will get to at some point this year, but I did get to it last year really well. I do have a holiday snowball as well. And then I do have some of my trackers that I used in the past, like my student loans. When I was working towards paying it off, when I first got into budgeting, I got to a specific point. It was probably around here, I'm assuming. And then I tackled this part really, really strongly for probably more than a year. Yeah, which for a year and a half, I was putting at least $1,000 per month toward my student loans. And at that point, it was COVID times, so they were at 0% interest. But I took advantage of that 0% interest, meaning if I put $1,000 towards it, it goes $1,000 towards my student loan directly. So I really, really wanted to tackle it, and I did. I should have put some time frames on there. I probably should go back and check it out, but anywho, I got that done. And then I wanted an emergency fund of $5,000. So I was adding money and I was writing it down. 150, 250, 400, 550, and so on. And then I was coloring in where I got to that point. Oh, I added $100, so I colored in 2. I added 150, colored in 3, and so on. So those are some of my things that I have on my vision board. So when I have a vision board, I really look at what I'm trying to achieve, and then you visualize yourself getting there. It makes it so much more attainable. Like, it really makes it like almost like tangible, real. And my hubby calls it brain envy. If you tell yourself that you want something, you will want it. So you just kind of work towards trying to achieve that specific goal. What behaviors do I have towards money? So since budgeting, since doing this cash stuffing journey, YouTube as well, and all of this journey that I've been on, I have developed some very specific skills. I'll call them skills towards managing money. So I'm very conscious of how we make, spend, and save our money, constantly trying to increase our savings and decrease our spending. The making money part, for what I make, I would have to change jobs to get a bigger salary, which eventually I would like to, but at this point in time, I'm kind of stagnant because I make a decent income and I wanted to give the chance for my husband to get schooling and get a decent career out of it. So right now I'm stagnant, but I'm giving him a chance to bloom. And by me being stagnant or stable, I guess I should say, stable gives him a chance to really take this career change or career path change very seriously, and he's doing amazing. So by him increasing his salary, we are going to be making more at the end. So that's kind of where we are towards money. How does your mindset impact your day? My mindset of money impacts my decisions to go to the store or skip it. It also impacts the decision I make at the store. So sometimes I'll decide, do I really need to go to the store? Ever since I've been more mindful of my spending, I have been actually putting like my grocery list on a note, on my phone. That way me and my husband can both see the same note. So I'll add something in there, and then if he goes to the store, he'll grab what's on that list. And I really go in stores and really get what is on the list. If it's not on the list and I really needed it, I'll grab it. But if it's not on the list and it's not a need, I will skip it entirely, and I'm going to go right to the cashier and pay whatever I needed. So it really makes me more mindful of my spending. But sometimes I even decide, do I really need to go to the store? Because when I go to the store, I pick up some extras. And that's where it kills our budget. So I'm really, every day I think about, okay, do I really need it? Is it really important for now? I put it in my cart, I'll wait. And I'll really think about it for a few days before I even purchase it. What part of me do I want to reinforce? I want to keep living below my means and be mindful of all of our spendings. I also want to gain more knowledge on investments, aka for our future. So some of the things that I am working on this year is really diving down towards our spending and being mindful of it. So we are definitely at that point where we understand if it was a need or if it was just a want. And it almost like makes you feel guilty to spend money on wants. It's funny. And I am also gaining more knowledge on investments. So I'm doing some research. I'm trying to find how to best start, what to start with. I'm trying to learn as much as I can towards it. And I really want to gain this investment knowledge for myself to start investing for my future. I also want to gain this investment knowledge for my kids because I am starting a registered education savings plan, RESP. Where do I see myself in a year or in 5 years? In a year, I want to be credit card debt free and working towards boosting my SOS money, so my emergency fund. I am getting close to being debt free. I only have a few $1,000s of credit card debt, and that is my only debt except my mortgage. So I am working on being credit card debt free, and I'm gonna be there within a year. It's not gonna take me a year, but working towards boosting my emergency money will take me a little while. And then in 5 years, I'm planning on having a decent amount in investments, having my emergency money, and being able to purchase my next vehicle cash, no credit. So that is a goal. I want to purchase my next vehicle in cash. I do not want to have any kind of car loan. I'm done with car loans. I don't want them. So not in the next 5 years, but in the next 5 years, I'm going to be able to boost my savings and hopefully boost my savings enough to eventually get a new vehicle out of savings. So our next part of this video is motivational. It says motivation is a drive that influences action behaviors rooted in intrinsic internal and extrinsic external factors. Understanding personal motivation can enhance goal setting, perseverance, and achievements and of meaningful outcomes. So number 6, it says, what motivates you? I have multiple things that motivate me. My family is one. I said, my family drives me. My finances test me. My future motivates me. So all of these things are things that will get me to my goals. My family are there to support me. My finances are there to actually guide me towards it. And my future, what I want in my future, is always a motivation for me. I look at something, I see my kids, I see how I want my kids to grow to be. I want specific things in my life. So those things, those future goals definitely keep me on track. What keeps you motivated? That's a hard one sometimes, huh? When I think about how better life would be without debt or credit card or loans, how purchasing things outright is so freeing. So those things, when I talk about how I want to purchase my next vehicle with cash, those things, like right now I have 2 vehicles. They're both paid off. I do not have a car payment at this time. But I have, like most of us, I have had some car payments in the past. So I know what that is. I really don't miss it. Like right now at this point, our only debt is our mortgage and credit cards. So let's put the credit cards aside. I have a mortgage payment every paycheck, every 2 weeks. I get a mortgage payment. It's like clockwork. It's always there. So there's no way of getting around with it. And that's the same thing with the car payment. It's there. If you don't pay it, you lose whatever that item is. And I do not want to lose my house or my vehicle. It's something that those things are kind of important for me personally, so I can go to work, how I can drop off the kids at daycare, how my husband can go to work, like we need some vehicles. So yeah, having no car loan, no vehicle loan is definitely very freeing. And I want to do that going forward. So what do you do when you lose it? Meaning, what do you do when you lose motivation? When I lose motivation, I take a step back. I calm down. I remind myself of the reasons I am on this debt-free journey. Attaining financial freedom and peace of mind is definitely what drives me. So yeah, I take a step back, calm down, and remind myself of the reasons why I'm doing it. This debt-free journey is not a small feat. It's not a small journey. It is a marathon, like most of us call it, because it's not something it takes a day to get through. It's not something that takes a week to get through. It's something that takes months or even years to get through. It is something that's not for the weak people. It really does really require a lot of determination to be debt-free, to be able to get to that point. So very, very important to keep the motivation going. Sometimes it is harder. You just have to take a deep breath and just keep going one step at a time. That's all you can do, and that's all that really matters. How to make a comeback. I sometimes have to step back and let things happen. Once things calm down a bit, I look at my budget, readjust my numbers, and start following them. So I really did have that kind of setback back at the beginning of the year in January. I lost my little nephew, and that really took a hit on my mental health, and technically on the mental health of all of my family members. So it was a bit of a rough time, and we had a lot of eating out times. We had a lot of activities trying to just kind of change our mindsets a little bit, just do things a little bit more together to try to help my sister through this hard time as well. So we're just trying to involve them and just do more things as a family. And not gonna lie, it was a lot of like spending and a lot of eating out and like junk food, to be honest. And like emotional eating was a bad one. But I just told myself, it's okay. Take the time you need. Get through this. When you feel better, take a deep breath and restart. Just readjust your numbers. Make it work for what you are at the moment. You can't have this like a straight sailing all the time. It's okay to have waves. It's just how you manage them and how you ride the waves. That's the important part. So what do you tell yourself? I'm not perfect. I never said I was, and I am not going to start saying I am. You can't fail at your own journey. And you really can't. It's your journey. You'll have some highs, you'll have some lows, just like everybody else on this planet. It is your journey. It is meant to be this way. All you can really do is work on improving and doing your best. Every day I tell myself, I'm doing my best today. Sometimes it's at 50%, sometimes I'm at 120, sometimes I'm at 2%. It depends. Some days I just feel like I'm failing at a lot of things. And the next day I'm just like, I'm on fire. Nothing is stopping me. But that's what I tell myself. I'm not perfect. Just ride the waves. This is your own journey. And it is exactly the way it's supposed to. You are learning through this. You are improving. You're challenging yourself. And you're growing. And that's the important part. How do you find motivation? I find motivation in my past wins. Paying off my car, paying off my student loans, getting my first 1K emergency fund, then increasing it to 5K. So like I told you here, these two are on my vision boards all the time because they are amazing motivation for me. Because I'm thinking, gosh, that was $36,000 of student loans. Yeah, it took me like 10 years to get through them. But this was 9 years and this was a year. Like it was a big chunk was in the 1 year. But honestly, you guys, just keep persevering. Do a line at a time. That's all that really matters. There's like this one. I put $50 per little square. Every time I would save $50, I could color in one of these. I would wait a little bit so it made a bigger chunk of color. But you know what I'm saying? Like you can make them all different colors if you're adding $50 a time. Maybe it's every paycheck, $50. Maybe it's every month, $50. Maybe you don't save $5,000. Maybe you only save $1,000. And that way, every little square here is $10. So maybe you save $10 per paycheck. Maybe you save $10 per month to slowly get your $1,000. Like whatever you can do, you'll see it growing, and it eventually get to that point where you're getting up there and you're like, I want to get this done, and you get so motivated at the end. It takes a little while to get to that point, but keep going. One step ahead. You're getting there. It's getting closer and closer. Be consistent with it. It's very important. And this is how these things motivate me. They motivate me so much that's why I kept them. I'll probably keep them forever, but I kept them and they're on my vision board. If I can do these, if I can accomplish $36,000 of student loans, I can accomplish this $5,000 SOS fund, I can achieve my other financial goals. Because my other financial goals in this year are a lot smaller, let's just say. 1K pet emergency fund, 1K car emergency fund, 1K house emergency fund, 1K washer and dryer fund, 1K vacation fund. My holiday binder is not going so well this year, but that's okay. new windows for the kids' bedroom, a new back porch, and then the second month ahead. I'm not probably going to achieve all of these, but I'm probably going to be able to achieve some of them. And that's the important part. As long as I keep trying to get to those points, I know sometimes they're unrealistic. You just got to keep yourself realistic so you don't get disappointed as well. So you got to be mindful of that. If I can do those things, I can achieve these other little financial goals that I've set for myself. So our next question is, how do you maintain your mindset? So it's easy to lose motivation, but you really need to keep in mind your ultimate goal and all the little steps needed to be able to accomplish this goal. Break down the goal and follow the small steps one by one. Exactly like any of these. These are free charts from Heidi at debtfreecharts.com. Go on her website. She has a gazillion of them, honestly. This is just 2 of them. But it's really, really motivating when you start seeing it grow. It's so much fun. I really, really did enjoy these. And she has a car one. She has all kinds of stuff. She has these game ones, which is really fun. So definitely go check her out. And it really breaks it down. You take a big goal, $5,000. That looks huge. But when you break it down into $50 a piece, you're like, well, I can do $50. Oh, I can do another $50. And you're slowly growing. See, here she said, oh, you're at 25% right here. Then you go up, oh, 50%. Whoop, 75%. Whoop, 100%. Then you have your whole piggy bank completed. So she has a whole bunch of those if you want to break down your goals into smaller steps. 13, what steps can you take to move towards mindfulness? So I suggest creating a vision board. Use trackers like the student loans to slowly see how your little steps are adding up with time. It gives you small wins, and that's really a big motivation. Take a step back and look at your accomplishment and give yourself a pat on the back. And honestly, we are our worst critic. If you don't feel like you're accomplishing something and you're right down here, take a step back and look at it. Oh, look at that. I'm almost at the 25% mark. That's great. Let's keep going. I've only been doing this for 3 months. Let's keep going. That's okay. This is a really important goal for me. I have to keep on top of it. So you keep going, slow and steady. You know what they say, slow and steady wins the race. And it's not wrong. They're not wrong. What are some of the roadblocks to being motivated? There's so many different roadblocks, you guys. Like, it's hard to really point back. Sometimes you get tired of the monotone kind of life. Paying off debt, it can be tiresome and mentally draining. You might be having a rainy day, but it's just that, a day. Take a deep breath and keep going. The rain doesn't last forever. And it really doesn't. That's the thing, right? Is you might be going through something hard, but it doesn't last. Let it do its time. Eventually, it'll get better, and then you'll be able to get back on your feet and keep achieving your goals. And that's the important part. Do you have personal, financial, and family motivations? Of course I do. My biggest motivation are my kids. I want a better life for them. I want to show them how to not depend on credit in life. I don't want them to have to take care of me financially in my later years of life. I know a lot of people are at that point. I know as hard as it is, a lot of people didn't save enough for their retirement. So when they get to the retirement stage, they are poor and they can't afford many things that they need at that point. And it's really hard financially and emotionally and mentally on their kids because they feel like they have to take care of their parents. And I do not want that for my kids. I want to be financially stable, that they don't need to work their whole day at their job, come home, take care of their mom, and pay for her living expenses because she can't afford them, or whatever the situation may be, right? And that's the thing. It happens so often. You can do it out of love, as long as the thing is, taking care of your parents is not a chore. Or for most people, it's not a chore. However, the financial burden really takes a toll on your personal life, your family life, your bills, and everything else. It really takes a toll on you as the caregiver. And that's so hard on the caregiver to really be extra positive when they have to stress about money, stress about having the best care for their parents, and stress about whatever the parent needs. And then if they have kids of their own, stress about that and all the other stressors that they have as adults. So I really want to do that for my kids and not have them have to take care of me, at least financially. So that is very important to me. Do you have a support system? My YouTube family is my biggest financial support system. I can talk about my finances with you, which is a big thing for me because I can talk about my finances with people around me. It's just like, it's a little bit harder. They have different scenarios, different situation. My husband, well, he hears about our financial situation a lot, and he just gets tired of me talking about finances all the time. So at least with you guys, I can talk about my passion. I can talk about my journey. I can talk about how I feel through it and what I'm going through. And I know you guys understand. So that has no price for me. My hubby and my family are also very supportive and will understand when I have to say that I can't afford something. If I'm saying that I don't want to go out for takeout today, they will not say anything. I'll just say, I'll bring my own food, and they will accept that. Our next question is, how do you motivate others? I feel like I motivate others by sharing my experience and showing them how effective it can be. And the low balls of it, I guess. I encourage people to look beyond what they are comfortable with, as sometimes change is good. AKA, look beyond using credit card for all your purchases. Sometimes things are normal or normalized in our society. It doesn't mean that's the best way to go. Having an open mind, having open thoughts about being willing to change certain things to improve your life is a big one. Not everybody has that, and that's the thing that makes us different. We are looking for change. We are looking to improve certain things in our life. We are at that point where we want to put the effort to make the change. And I feel like that is a big motivator for me personally, but I think for a lot of us on here, and that's why we share our journey, because we would like to be able to help out at least one person out there, just to keep them either thinking about their spending, thinking about their finances, how it can be improved, and so on. I feel like I motivate. I've heard other people saying how I motivate them by sharing my experience, and I love hearing that, because that is the whole reason why I do this. And it's not for the money, because it does not do so well in that sense. This is not a full-time job, let's just say. So mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present and aware of your current experience without overreacting and getting lost in thoughts. Number 1, what are current thoughts and feelings towards finances? So, in my life at this exact moment, I really enjoy the way or the direction my finances are going. I can say that I'm slowly feeling like financial freedom is really attainable, with the right mindset and willingness to tackle the debt face on. The sooner you look at your finances with a clear light, the sooner you can be in a better spot. I really, really do think that is what is keeping a lot of people from being financially free, is because they're scared of looking at their numbers. Number 2, how I'm currently interacting with my finances. So I think about my finances every day and how I can improve them. I budget every income and update my spending sheets 1 or twice a week. Plus, I am slowly getting more comfortable with DIY investments. So I want to get better at specific things. So I'm slowly dipping my toe into it. I'm doing research. I'm trying to get better at it. I'm trying to learn as much as I can to try to get to a point where I can actually achieve what I want with the help of investments. But you have to first start into it. How can I appreciate the second quarter of my financial journey? I have to be realistic with my goals and plan this quarter properly. Summer tends to be more busy for us, usually meaning more spending. So keep this debt payoff strategy in line through some spending will be key. I do already know that my mother-in-law is coming at the end of June for my husband's graduation for school, for college. And while she's down here, we have a trip planned for a weekend with her, like a beach weekend trip, and showing her around from the East Coast, because she's from the West Coast. So I want to show her a little bit more of the East Coast. And we have a few things planned with her. So I know that that will include a lot of spending. And that's the whole point. Trying to be mindful of all these things that we want to do, as well as trying to keep on top of our goals. That will be really important this summer or this next quarter. And that's where I want to just be really mindful of that and try to decrease as much of the unnecessary spending as we can while enjoying a little bit of it too. What I'm grateful for from this last quarter. I'm grateful that I was able to start and be consistent with my Christmas savings so far this quarter, and I was able to tackle our debt with a clear vision of how it was affecting us, our net worth. So in January, I started doing this net worth tracker video every month. So at the end of the month, I do a net worth tracker to see how much our net worth is increasing or decreasing, depending on what our scenario is. And I'm really happy that I've started doing that, because it really have put a lot of pressure on myself to really be clear about my finances to you guys, but also to myself. Because sometimes I make it sound like I always kind of diminish the issue. Let's say I have $1,000 in credit card. I'm like, oh, it's just $1,000. It's not a big deal. But then when I do my net worth tracker, honestly, it's bringing down my net worth by this $1,000. And I don't like that. So I'm really happy that I started doing that this year. And I'm looking forward to seeing how it'll improve, definitely improve, throughout the year. Number 5, what am I most excited about for this quarter? This is an interesting one for me, because what I'm most excited about is hopefully being able to stabilize our finances. What I mean by that is, for the last 4 years, I was pregnant, so I was on mat leave. I had one baby. A year later, I had another baby. The year after, we got married. The year after, we purchased a house. And now we're fixing it up and trying to make it our home. It's been 4 years that I was on mat leave, a baby, another baby, and then my husband is in school. Income has been up and down, up and down, up and down during this whole time. And I'm looking forward to being able to a bit more stabilize it meaning our life will be a little bit more stable. So since our budget has been up and down, up and down, up and down for the last 4 years, I feel like I have a little grasp, a little understanding of our finances, but I don't have the full picture because we haven't really had a stable income for the both of us for this whole time. So it's been ever evolving, and it's been hard to figure out all the numbers for consistency. So I am looking forward to my husband not being in school, hopefully having a job, permanent job, and me having a permanent job, and the kids being consistent daycare and whatnot. So hopefully we'll be able to actually get a good picture of our finances. Finally. And then she has the 5 R's of mindfulness. You have recognize, become aware of your thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations in the present moment. Relax, find ways to slow down and connect with your breath. Review, gently examine your options and respond to a situation. 4, respond. Respond from your inner wisdom and compassion, rather than from a reactivity or fear. Return. Continuously bring your awareness back to the present moment when your mind wanders. So those are the five R's of mindfulness. And then she has a little thank you note with all the different channels that are doing it, the May Motivation Hop, which is really amazing. I really enjoyed these questions. It really made me think outside of the box a bit. So tell us a little bit. How do you keep yourself motivated? I'm really curious to hear more of your thoughts. So I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.